The next type of plant tissue is parenchyma. Parenchyma. In this parenchyma is a living tissue. Parenchyma is a living tissue. It has thin cell wall. It has thin cell wall. It has large vacuole. Small nucleus, and thin cytoplasm. All these features make parenchyma a living tissue. Now, coming on to the composition of the cells of parenchyma are isodimetric. The cells of parenchyma are isodimetric and have small intercellular spaces. Now, if we draw a diagram of parenchyma, it will consist of round or oval cells. The cells are isodimetric. It will definitely have a plasma membrane like this. The outer one is the cell wall, which is thin, mainly made up of cellulose. This will be the plasma membrane of it, inside which there is large vacuole present. Large vacuole is present centrally, and along with it a small nucleus is present here, and rest all is what it is, all cytoplasm. Thin layer of cytoplasm is present here. All these features make parenchyma a living tissue, and the space present here, this is the intercellular space. So if we do the markings here, this green structure is the nucleus, which is present at the eccentric part or at the periphery. This is a large vacuole present. This all portion is the cytoplasm, and the space here is what? It is the intercellular space. These are the cells of parenchyma. Now, if we come on to the functions of parenchyma, the first function of parenchyma is storage of food. Now, if the parenchyma stores the food, it is referred to as prosenchyma. If it is storing food, then it is called as prosenchyma. Next is photosynthesis. If the parenchyma is performing photosynthesis, then it is called as sclerenchyma. If it has air spaces, as in case of aquatic plant, then that parenchyma is called as erenchyma. And if it is storing waste substances, then it is referred as idioblast. Then it is called as idioblast. Now, these are the functions of parenchyma. Coming on to the next type of supportive simple permanent tissue is collenchyma. Now, coming on to the features of collenchyma, These are basically dead cells. These are basically dead cells. Okay, they have thick cell wall. Thick cell wall. The cell wall has deposition of pectin at the corners. Very less intercellular spaces are present. Due to the deposition of the pectin, collenchyma has very less intercellular spaces. Now coming on to the types of cells, the cells of parenchyma, the cells of collenchyma, are elongated cells with deposition at the corners. Now if we draw a diagram, the cells are elongated like this. They have very less intercellular spaces. Definitely they will also have a plasma membrane inside. The innermost portion is all dead. And on the corners here, they have depositions of pectin, and due to which they have very less intercellular spaces. Now if you do the markings here, it is the cell wall, and these are the pectin deposition and very less intercellular space. Now where this collenchyma is actually present, the main function of the collenchyma is that it imparts flexibility to the branches. So the collenchyma is basically present on the petiole. Now coming on to the next type, it is sclerenchyma. It is also a dead tissue. Heavy deposition of lignin on the cell wall. And no intercellular spaces are present. Now the sclerenchyma is basically of two types. Either it can be fiber or it can be in the form of sclerid. Now if we discuss the sclerid first, what is sclerid? The sclerid is also called as the grits or stones. They are extremely dense cells or thick cells. They're extremely thickened. They are present in cases of drupe fruits. What are drupe fruits? Drupe fruits are fruits like almonds, coconut, walnut, mango, where the seed is covered with a seed coat. Drupe fruits are the fruits when the seed is covered with a seed coat. those fruits are referred to as group fruits. So there they are present. Now coming on to the fibers. Fibers, they are elongated cells. They are elongated cells, and as compared to the grits, they are less dense. Common examples of the fiber are the naturally occurring fibers like jute, coir. This was all about the simple permanent tissue. Now if we come onto the complex permanent tissue, the complex permanent tissue are the tissue which are made up of different types of cells, and they mainly constitute of two, that is xylem and phloem. Together xylem and phloem are regarded as the vascular bundles. In the next class we will discuss about xylem and phloem. Thank you.